All right, Lokati here. Today we're going to be talking about a Blood Sacrament Slayer. I know Relic of the Pax is a popular build for people to play on Ascendants. However, with the changes to Slayer, we are actually rocking with this build. This is an awesome build for running in, killing bosses, killing Ubers, smashing maps, but it is not for the faint of heart. This is an all-in build where you sacrifice your entire health pool, do a massive amount of damage with Blood Sacrament. So we are running around with a 25,000 health life pool. This can go up to 36,000 health with excellent gear, and so it is a blast to play. Let's go ahead and take a look at what it can do in a map. Blood Sacrament Slayer. It is a take on a very popular Ascendant Slayer build right now. We have a few benefits over the Ascendant Slayer, which is a 20% execute and immunity to stun and immunity to bleeding while leeching, and we have reduced damage taken while leeching. And so we have a really good set of ascendancy nodes here. We lose a little bit of AoE, but we can still have very, very solid AoE map clear. Now let's go ahead and grab a Jungle Valley map. This is an 8-mod map with full max res. Monsters do nonsense and they steal stuff and they have a lot of life, and who cares? We can run just about anything. There's no mods that we have to avoid, which is a nice bonus. Now, the skill that we're using is Blood Sacrament. The second skill we're using is Pride. And so we have a grand total of 4 gems in our build. You could go ahead and socket in a travel skill if you wanted to, but we're not doing it. 4 gems, smash faces. Damage is somewhere between 30 and 40 million on this character. This character is an 8 div budget. We'll definitely go over the gear that we have and what we have spent on it as well. And it just blasts. Blood Sacrament is an ability that reserves your life pool to do a large amount of damage to everything in an area until something hits you while you're reserving your damage. And then it smashes you down. And so it is not a build for those wanting something reliable. This is a build for people who want something fun. For 8 div, we can get in here, we can smash T16 maps, we may use a portal or two, and we can one-tap most bosses. It flies through T17 maps as long as you don't get hit while you're reserving your Blood Sacrament. And it's a build that just takes a little bit of time to get used to the playstyle, but once you do, it absolutely melts everything around you. So you can see we'll run through here, grab everything. One of the keys to this is ABC, always be casting, because you want to grab stuff in that Blood Sacrament before it gets to you. And then like that, if you lag a little bit and you get some of your life reserved, you can run around until you're not hit for 2 seconds, and then your life will come back. We're using Dissolution of Flesh to allow us to reserve life from hits, so when we are low on life, we don't immediately blow up because it reserves our life instead. And then we'll go in here and do some boss damages. There was a boss there. Oh, is this the boss? There's a boss there. I don't know. Everything dies. You don't really see too many health bars with this build because everything just kind of goes pop and is smashed into the ground. And so, really fun one to play. The AoE can be increased significantly, so you can have screen-wide AoE, and that gives you access to killing things on screen, off screen, around the screen, wherever you are. Now we're going to go over a few things first. So, once again, the only skill that we are using is Blood Sacrament. It comes from this wand, Relic of the Past. We're going to go ahead and add life tap support, brutality support, and second wind support on this, because this allows us to charge it up very, very fast. If you didn't have these sockets on here, it would take so long to reserve all of your life. And so that's why we were running these specific ones. Brutality has a huge cost reservation multiplier and does physical damage. Life Tap is a huge cost reservation multiplier, and Second Wind is a huge cost reservation multiplier. We're also utilizing Pride and an unset S Worm so that we have access to no reservation on Pride and 80% reduced reservation efficiency of skills, which again speeds up the charging of Blood Sacrament. So all this stuff works together to slam this spell out very, very rapidly as you're running around the map doing stuff. And we are also using an apostate here so that we can convert all of the energy shield on our items to max life. And then we are running max life on every slot as well, resistances on every slot as well. A darkness enthroned with some really good jewels here, a ring with a lot of life on it and some stats on it, an untouched soul which gives us maximum life per empty red socket that we have on our gear. And so you can see we have a lot of empty red sockets on our gear. I've got that one blue one hanging out because that robe was just being stubborn and would not convert. And so nothing we can do about that. And finally, Wrathpith's Globe gives us both the critical strike chance that we need with the spell and gives us the increased spell damage that we need with the spell. Because again, whenever we hit the spell, it reserves all of our life for a split second to allow us to do a tremendous amount of damage with the spell. Now, we'll go ahead and go take a look at the POB and see what we can do about the passives and getting everything put together for you. All right, welcome back. As you can see, this thing will absolutely blast maps, and our spreadsheet DPS sitting at 35 million is probably not representative of what it can actually do. So load this guy up and go in and slam an Uber boss. You will notice that they will die in 1 or 2 seconds. Very, very strong DPS. Now, as I said, this is a budget build. A Relic of the Pact you can find for about 19C. A Wrathpith Globe you can find for 39, 40C. This is a 280 energy shield Lich's Circlet, which you can pick up for $10 a dozen. The Apostate here is going to run you about 100C for the robe and maybe 3C to use a jeweler's omen to go ahead and get 6 sockets on it. Getting the red sockets on there, you're going to want to use chromatic painted orbs, or you're just going to want to go real lucky with chromatic orbs. But I mean, it's not that bad. Just roll for 5 reds and you'll be fine. These gloves are $10 a dozen. It's 174C gloves. We want max life on these objects as well. The boots, we want max life and we want 174 energy shield on them. Get your resistances on your circlet, your gloves, and your boots. This untouched soul amulet can be had for a very reasonable price. I think I paid 100 chaos for this one corrupted. Essence Worm Unset Ring is $10 a dozen. This coil ring, all you need is strengthen max life, and then you can stick other stuff on there. Like if you can get chaos res on there, put chaos res on there. Doesn't matter. Strengthen max life for what we're looking for on this ring. Grab a Darkness Enthroned. You can have these belts for like 50 chaos for a 94% Darkness Enthroned. Hypnotic Eye Jewels you can pick up for 25C a piece. These Cobalt Jewels you can find for 25 to 50C each. The only thing that you're going to spend money on is Transcendent Flesh is a div. Dissolution of Flesh is going to cost you 2 div for like a 27% more maximum life. You're going to spend a div on a Lethal Prod. You're just going to spend a div on another Transcendent Flesh. That puts you in here at doing 35 mil POB DPS for under 10 Divine, and it's real damage, and that's a real budget. The flasks, we're running a replica Witchfire brew. You're going to spend maybe 100C on this flask, and then just get some flasks. I don't care. Throw some granite flasks in there, throw some jade flasks in there. You're either going to kill everything or you're going to die. And so these are just for fun. A Quicksilver is a good idea since we don't actually use any movement skills on this build. And so be fun, have fun, lots of happy flasks right here, and then just go blast. We're gonna take a little bit of time going over the skills. There's a lot of stuff to go over here, so get your notepad out and get ready. First thing we're gonna talk about is Pride. You're gonna socket a Pride and you're gonna turn it on. Second thing we're gonna talk about is our Wand. You're gonna socket Life Tap Second Wind Brutality. Okay, I think everyone's got notes on that. Now we're gonna go to the tree. As you can see, we are going for life masteries, life mastery, life mastery, life mastery, life mastery, life mastery, all over the place. And then we're getting more life here, more life here, more life here, more life here. We're basically just taking every life node we can on the tree. That's really what matters. Life nodes up here. We are slipping into some pain attunement because, man, when we sacrifice all of our life, we happen to be low on life. And for that split second where we are doing the damage, we get that 30% more spell damage. Now, we do have some shenanigans going on here. What we're doing here is we're taking Lethal Pride and we're socketing it. And, you know, we want like 4% max life here, and we want 4% max life here, and we want 4% max life here. That's not uncommon, and that's not necessary. However, it's putting 4 strength on every single node here. And we care about 4 strength here and here and here and here and here and here. These are important places to have 4 strength because Transcendent Flesh is going to convert all of that strength into crit multi. And as you can see, we are getting 8.6 million DPS from 99% crit multi, and then 7.6 million from 85% crit multi here. These gems are what make you smash everything. So do not forget to pick up a pair of Transcendent Fleshes and socket them in this part of the tree this way. No matter what you think you're supposed to do to improve your character, this is what's going to make everything work. Now, if you have any questions about anything, as always, leave comments down below. This is a complex build. It's a fun build, and it's great for a lot of really niche content in the game, but this is not an all-arounder. So this is one of those play for fun, play for excitement. Do not play this as your primary character. But if you do need help with it as your primary character, come hit me up on Twitch. There's a lot of stuff going on here, and we're not going to get to all the interactions in the video. And so if you want to figure out a little bit more about this class and have some fun with a really unique interaction with Blood Sacrament, come by Twitch, say hi, and let me kind of figure out what questions you need answered in person. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching the video. As always, come by Twitch if you have any questions, or check out this video that YouTube thinks you like, or check out our latest upload over there. Peace.